Every home has light, but not every home knows how to use it. You've seen your plants reach, stretching toward the sun like it's a promise they're chasing. You've watched some thrive and others fade. Maybe you've tried every window. Moved the pot, watered less, watered more. Still something wasn't right. The truth? It's not just about light. It's about placement. It's about rhythm. It's about how the sun moves and how your space responds. This is not another plant tip video. This is a design lesson, a seasonal map, a horticultural blueprint for every home, every window, and every plant. Whether you live in a fifth-floor walk-up, a sun-drenched studio, or a home with north-facing glass, we're about to teach you how to read light. Like a plant expert. Let's begin. This is the Indoor Sun Guide, a blueprint for plant placement that's both rooted in nature and crafted for the way you live. At Roots and Roasts, we don't just decorate with plants. We design with intention. We move with the seasons. We listen to the way light speaks, through shadow, through color, through growth. Our work begins at the root, but it doesn't stop there. It climbs into your design decisions, your rituals, your windowsill moments. This is a focused New York original series, crafted by designers, growers, and plant lovers who see light as rhythm and plants as partners in peace. Ever bought a plant that looked perfect in the store, only to watch it wither within weeks of bringing it home? The soil was fine. You watered just like they told you, and still something didn't work. Ever placed one in your brightest window and still saw yellowing leaves, brown edges, or no new growth at all? You moved it. You rotated it. You Googled everything. Let me say this clearly. It's not you. It's not your plant. It's how you placed it. And no one ever taught you how to place it not really. Today, we fix that. No gimmicks. No guessing. Just proven placement strategies rooted in horticultural science and design clarity. We'll show you how to read your home's light like a map. Design with the sun in mind. Rotate with the rhythm of the seasons. Let's talk about light. Real light. Not just the bright indirect buzzword you see online that light is energy. And every plant responds to three things: intensity, direction, and duration. You've heard the phrase bright indirect light. But what does that actually mean? Let's talk horticulture, specifically bright indirect light. This lighting sweet spot sits between 800 and 2,500 lux, where plants thrive in diffused, ambient sunlight. Never harsh beams and never deep shade. You'll usually find this kind of light near an east-facing window or a few feet back from a bright south-facing one. Now, from a design perspective, diffused light is a dream. It creates soft contrast, balanced color saturation, and minimal leaf stress. It's the perfect environment for showcasing sculptural foliage. Think Monstera, bird of paradise, or Ficus elastica. These plants don't just survive here, they glow. Let's map your windows, because your home's windows are your sun map. Each one creates its own little climate zone. North-facing windows, low light all day. Perfect for shade-loving plants like the ZZ plant or Aglaonema. East-facing windows, gentle morning sun. Ideal for most tropicals that love a soft start to the day. South-facing windows, strong light from sunrise to sunset. Amazing, but risky without diffusion to protect those delicate leaves. West-facing windows, harsh afternoon rays. Often underestimated, but they can scorch sensitive plants fast. Know your windows, and you'll know exactly where your plants feel at home. Here's something every plant lover should know. In summer, your plant may thrive in a spot that cooks it in winter. And as fall arrives, the sun drops lower. In winter, it moves entirely. That's why design and horticulture need to work together. Move your plants based on seasonal light angles, not fixed design layouts. Create seasonal rotation maps, just like you'd rotate artwork or decor, because your home's light is alive, and your plants should move with it. Let's talk about the mistakes that even the best plant stylists make. Placing plants in decorative corners with no access to real light. That's a slow fade-out waiting to happen. Positioning them near reflective surfaces or magnifying glass decor. That's a scorch trap. not a spotlight. And the big one, never moving a plant once it's placed. Plants need seasonal choreography, not static design. Design should never trap your plant. Style should follow sunlight. My design style is soulful minimalism, rooted in presence, rhythm, and restraint. In every space I touch, from an NYC office lobby to a Brooklyn brownstone. Plants are not filler. They're intentional. They're placed with care, not just to survive, but to shift how the room breathes. Great lighting design isn't about brightness. It's about where the brightness lands and who lives there. In design, we talk about anchoring a space. Tall plants like ficus or dracaena do just that in light-drenched corners. They frame the window and guide the eye. South or west corners use height-loving plants to structure the light column. Shadowed hallway ends, under stair pockets, north walls. These are low-light sanctuaries. Calatheas, ZZs, aglaonemas. They don't need to be in the spotlight to bring peace. Match your plant structure to the rhythm of your furniture. Tall and narrow with clean lines. Pair with a japandi sofa frame. Leafy and loose. Floated in front of a soft linen curtain. Visual harmony equals intentionality. Think vertical lines, curved balance, visual weight. A plant doesn't just soak up the light. It can soften it, redirect it, make it dappled, ambient, alive. A sheer curtain, a trailing pot hose, a textured ficus. These are lighting tools. Layer foliage and fabric to sculpt sunlight and reduce glare. In soulful minimalism, you don't fill space. You frame it, and light, guided by plants, becomes the atmosphere. Each plant equals a pause, a shift, a deepening of tone and texture. Every home has a map, not of walls, but of light. Before you place your next plant, you need to understand how light travels through your space. Goal: shift from decorating to mapping. Grab painter's tape. Mark where sunlight lands in the morning. Check again midday, and again at 4 p.m. The space you thought was bright might only be bright for 90 minutes. Method: use floor tape or sticky notes to track sun movement, and use phone photos or time-lapse if needed. Morning light is gentle, perfect for tropicals, ferns, and flowering plants. Afternoon light: harsh, direct, high heat. East-facing zones equals calming recovery spaces, calathea, anthurium. West-facing zones equals highlight anchors, ficus, cactus. You don't have to add more windows. You just have to guide the light you already have. Use mirrors to bounce light towards shadowed corners. Use sheer curtains to soften harsh exposure, and use white/light walls to reflect dark to absorb. Layered plant placement. Think in layers. Tall in the back, bushy in the middle, trailing in front. Recreate natural forest strata with furniture plus light. Once you track the light, the rest falls into place. Let's walk through a real light choreography. You move with the seasons. So should your plants. Most indoor growers fail not from overwatering, but from ignoring seasonal light shifts. Every season requires new placement. Design isn't static. Rotate once every 2 to 3 weeks, not just for symmetry, but to even out leaf development, root energy, and phototropism. Use 90 degrees clockwise turns, especially vital for ficus, monstera, and pothos. Summer light is longer and stronger. Even indirect sun can turn lethal. Pull plants 6 to 12 inches back from windows. Use sheer curtains, reposition near cooler zones, and add humidity trays. AC can dry them out. In fall, your windows get weaker. Your plants slow down. Help it prepare. Fertilize less. Pull plants closer to light and clean windows to maximize rays. Winter sun is short, and your best window becomes prime real estate. Tips: prioritize light-hungry species. Ficus, crotons, citrus. Lower light plants can be temporarily relocated, and group plants to boost humidity and reduce temperature loss. Use rolling stands, floor plan zones, and a simple calendar. Design your year like a gardener, not a guesser. Everything we've shown you today is easier when you've got the right tools. We've curated a trusted set of essentials from lux meters to sheer curtains to rolling stands, all tested in real homes and design projects. Want to map your own space the right way? Grab the free Sun Map PDF. It includes a seasonal placement calendar, window guide, light layer planner, and product list. If you manage office spaces, luxury rentals, cafes, or retail environments, your plants are more than decor. They shape mood. They shape brand. And they need a system, not guesswork. The Roots and Rose Concierge is your plant strategy partner, design-informed, detail-led, and always on call. Now that you know how to move with the seasons, let's look at the mistakes most people make and how to avoid them. Glass bowls and terrariums look elegant, but without the right protection, they're just UV ovens. Direct sun through curved glass. It magnifies heat, scorches roots, stresses leaves, ruins growth. Fix. Use north or filtered light. Line glass with UV filtering film or mesh, or avoid direct exposure entirely. Designers love to fill corners, but light rarely reaches there. A plant in a dark corner isn't moody, it's dying. Fix. Add bounce light with mirror. Use low-light tolerant plants only. Elevate the plant to capture ambient top-down light. A shelf display might look balanced, but without rotation, one side gets all the sun. The other stays starved. Common mistake: trailing pothose with one lush side, one yellowing side. Pot color isn't just aesthetic, it's thermal. Dark pots absorb heat and can dry soil dangerously fast, especially near windows or in summer. Fix. Use light-toned ceramic or composite pots in hot zones. Monitor soil more frequently and add mulch or top dressing to buffer surface heat. That sunny windowsill above your radiator? It's a desert in disguise. Root damage, humidity crash, burnt lower leaves. Fix. Elevate plants above hot zones. Add pebble tray or humidifier. Every mistake we've shown comes down to this. Light without context is just decoration. Design for biology and your beauty will last. Your plant has been telling you what it needs. We'll teach you how to listen. The first sign of light imbalance? Lean. If your plant's reaching sideways, it's chasing the sun. What to look for: one-sided growth, stem bending toward light source, and long internodes stretching between leaves. Fix. Rotate 90 degrees clockwise every 2 to 3 weeks. Use a stake or moss pole to encourage upright habit. Sun damage shows up in 3 ways: burn, fade, curl. Each one tells a different story. Burn equals crispy brown patches, too much direct sun. Fade equals pale or bleached leaves, light intensity too high. Curl equals edges roll or fold inward, light plus low humidity. Placement adjustments. Add sheer curtain, shift plant 6 to 12 inches back, and move to east-facing zone. On the other side of the spectrum, low light doesn't kill, fast it starves slow. What to watch? No new growth, smaller leaves than normal, and constantly wet soil. No evaporation. Fix. Move closer to a window. Add a grow light or pair with light-tolerant species, Sansevieria, aglaonema. Here's how to read any plant, anytime. Ask yourself 3 things. Is it reaching? Are the leaves fading, curling, or burning? Is the soil drying too fast or not at all? Answer those, and you'll know if the light is right. Every home has 3 light zones: bright, medium, and low. Your goal isn't to fight them, it's to design with them. Strategy: bright. Within 3 feet of east/south windows, great for ficus, citrus, cactus. Medium. 4 to 6 feet from filtered light monstera, pothos, ferns. Low. Interiors, corners, and north zones easy, snake plant, aglaonema. You can move plants for light without breaking the aesthetic. Use symmetry, furniture rhythm, and height variation to maintain balance. Tactics: anchor with tallest plant near light. Echo lines across the room with trailing or upright companions. Not every space has perfect natural light. That's where discrete grow lights come in. Tips: use clip-ons under shelves or track lighting with warm tones. Hide in curtain folds, sconces, or behind furniture. One space, three plants. That's the rotating trio method. While one thrives, two rest, and every plant gets its season. System: one plant in prime light, one in recovery, partial light, one in rotation, low light zone, or on deck. Plants aren't static. They're notes in your visual rhythm. Placed right, they make the room breathe better. Design integration: think like a florist, lead the eye. Use leaf movement plus shadow play as composition tools. Embrace empty space. Now that your placement is mastered, let's talk about how to lock it in for every season, every plant, every home. Let's run it back. Here's your 5-step light placement strategy so you never guess again. The 5 steps: map your light morning to evening. Zone your space bright, medium, low. Place with intention tall to small, layer the light. Read the leaves lean, curl, fade, burn. Rotate and adjust seasonally, not randomly. Pause now. Grab a pen. Sketch your window directions. Circle your plant's current zones. Highlight who's thriving and who's fading. Want help mapping it all? Download the free Indoor Sun Guide PDF. It includes window orientation tips, a light zone planner, seasonal placement calendar, and Girard styling matrix. Need help building your system? We do this every day for offices, rentals, cafes, and spaces like yours. The Roots and Rose Concierge is here when you're ready. Let your home reflect your rhythm. Let your plants reflect your sun. Every placement is a decision. Every plant is a mirror. Design in harmony, and your space becomes a sanctuary. Subscribe for weekly deep guides. Download the free PDF. And if you ever get stuck, we've got you. We repost every week, and we feature spaces that grow with intention. So tag us, share your rhythm, and let your light lead the way.